Anybody catch the All-Star game?
Yes, I did.
I missed it. I was eating biscuits.
You didn't miss much, to be honest, except for the fact that you were eating biscuits.
I was eating biscuits.
It's so random.
Just ignore that.
I will.
Thinking food.
I will. But Zebo played the game rather well in the All-Star game.
Representing them Grizzlies.
Yeah, the All-Star Grizz himself showed out at the All-Star game. I was happy to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I hear it was great, and not to mention, he was the best person to represent us because he's the only original member of the team.
But the only original member of the team that's worth a damn.
True indeed.
So, but
Rudy.
I will say, bye, Rudy. We'll enjoy playing him this week.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to the All-Star game. I will say, and this has nothing to do with the game really, other than the fact that Alicia Keys and Neo both sucked. It was terrible.
Now, did he sound off key, or did he suck because he looks like a lizard? Which one?
Well,
a little bit of both.
I don't know if they couldn't hear themselves, but I mean, he was like trying, but he never really sang anything, you know? So in that regard, he's played it safe. But Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire has not worked for you in a live setting yet. Stop trying at this point.
She actually canceled her concert here, too.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
This girl is on fire!
See, I'm not going to miss it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm not saddened by the fact that she canceled her tour. I know we're going to get a lot of hate coming from the Alicia Keys fans, but hey, listen, buy the album because it's a lot better. All right? Just picture her live, okay?
Yeah, and just stand outside the concert with your iPod listening to it. Yeah, you'll get the same experience.
You'll get the same effect, if not better. I mean, I'd just be embarrassed if I was like Alicia Keys.
Or her daughters.
I'd be probably more embarrassed if I was her daughter.
I mean, what is something that, your parents have done to embarrass you?
Going back in the memory bank. Okay, I've got one. Going back in the memory bank. I was, 3 or 4 at the time, and I threw an all-out temper tantrum. And this probably embarrassed my parents more than it embarrassed me, but I'll get to why it embarrassed me. I threw an all-out temper tantrum, middle of the toy aisle. I mean, we're talking flailing, throwing on the ground, the whole 9 yards. My parents just walked away. They were like, see you, kiddo. Good luck.
No, you embarrassed them.
Yeah, probably. And so they hit the high road. And then next thing I know, I look up and there's some lady like looking down the aisle like, what is wrong with you, kid?
You should have put the good old, are you my mom? Are you my mom? And then just start throwing things at her.
I should have. That would have been great. Of course I was 4.
My parents, they still embarrass me to this day, but it's not like bad and stuff.
What do you mean?
It's more or less like we'll be out somewhere and it's because I'm a single dude. So my parents will see like if we're like out to dinner and there's a waitress like, oh, this is my son. Oh, this is my son. Oh, and he does this, and he does that, and and I'm like
trying to sell you, eh?
Pretty much, right? And I'm like I can spit my own game,
Yeah.
But I was like, but you can't spit the same game when your parents are there trying to lead you there, It's like, thanks, Mom. Do you want to come back with us? We can play apples to apples. It will be awesome. Like, no, like just shut up. Let me do what I do, okay? So I just put my head down. I'm like, yeah, hey, nice meeting you.
It used to be youth basketball games for me. Like there was one game in particular. I did all right. I made some impossible shot.
Yeah.
And my mom was in the stands clipping coupons. I look up, and then the coupons are flying in the air. And it's like, all I just see is a cloud of 20% off and everything. Yes! Yes! I'm like, oh, God. She's never coming again.
Giving high fives, being like, no, you got scissors in your hand, lady.
All these are great, but Kwame comes at me with this story. Okay, about like 5-10 minutes ago.
Hit you with the heat.
All right. This mom takes the most embarrassing cake ever story, okay? She's at some kind of function like a show and tell or something like that.
It was a school assembly.
Yeah, okay. PTA meeting.
Yeah, it was a school assembly at her son's school. And this not only takes the cake for embarrassing, but this takes the cake for how my mother got a felony. That's what we should call this. And you read the story for yourself, too, to get more details, radionowmemphis.com/KD after the show. But what ended up happening is she's talking to the principal. Everything is normal. She's talking to other parents. And then there's a part of the assembly where the kids get up and start dancing. And she gets up and starts dancing with the kids. So everyone else that's there thinks that this is normal.
You're having a good time.
It wasn't a random flash mob or anything. It was just that was the nature of the assembly. Then all of a sudden, she gets her shirt off and starts stripping and gets topless in front of everybody. And all the other teachers, they had to like push her back off of there to get her to keep her away from the children until the police came.
The little kids are like, boobies!
It was like, dude, your mom's on a table. Like, it's crazy. And ironically, I bet you that the sales for milk in that cafeteria went up that day.
Should have been fly.